So the aims of the project were to find, share and celebrate Honiton's diverse and multicultural heritage, both in the past and in the present. We absolutely achieved those aims and exceeded them. I'm Jess Huffman and I'm the project coordinator for the Telling Our Stories, Finding Our Roots project in Honiton. We also have 2 art installations, so we managed to get some additional funding from the Arts and Culture East Devon Fund, and that allowed for us to do a call out for an artist with multicultural heritage themselves to help us engage schools with the project. And it was fantastic. We met Ione Rojas, who was the artist that worked with us to run a workshop, an all-day workshop in Honiton Library with 21 of Offrel School students aged 8 and 9. So we introduced them to some of our key stories, and part of the session was creating these beautiful handmade bits of paper where inside they leave questions for the people that they lent.
My name is Maggie Honiton, and I was an interviewee on this project, and I also became a volunteer. No one knows. For instance, I have a West Indian background. My father's a West Indian from Jamaica, and I walk down the street and nobody questions where I'm from. And yet I have this richness in my family, which wasn't always seen as a richness. And what came with that was the tension between my grandfather, who was of a Scottish line, right back to 1680, all went to Jamaica, all owned plantations, all owned slaves. And on the other hand, my grandmother, more likely that she was of slave history. But the result of that is a tension within me now, because it's much more likely that I have both sides of that tension within me, is how one deals with it.
My name is Peace Nyahe, and I was one of the interviewees in the project. This program brings people together from different cultures and traditions. We have achieved the aim because I think that the stories that have been told, most people don't know about them. But now they'll come and look on the wall and know, oh, this has happened here, this has happened here. So I think we have really achieved it. So the fabrics, those fabrics you saw there, they all tell stories about Ghana, Africa in a whole. So most of them is worn by royal families, and most also is about education, and most of them also is about our first president who fought for independence in Ghana. Where Maggie was telling her story, it was touching. I saw a bit of compassion, and then it made me tear up, really. But it was nice, the food was nice. When you see people coming out together on the same table, and it's something I grew up with, eating in the same bowl, so it made me remember home as well, you know, people coming together, not like everyone sitting with the plates in front of them, but dipping their hands on the same plate. It made me remember home as I was growing as a child.
My name is Sandhya Dave, and I am a mentor on the Telling Our Stories, Finding Our Roots project. I'm also part of the advisory group, and I've been involved with the project since 2013. A project like this is really getting people to wake up to, you know, what does migration mean and what has migration looked like throughout the ages, and who makes up Devon and what makes, you know, what are the people that make up Devon. And I think for me there's something about there's a really long-lasting legacy of these projects. So when we're working in schools with young people from different ethnic heritage backgrounds, especially through our Youth Cultural Champions training programme, for them to have that sense of place and belonging is really, really important. But also, you know, racism still exists, you know, in our society, in our communities here. And those young people that I work with all over Devon schools tell me that they experience racism, probably like about 97% of them that I work with, different groups and different schools. So for me then to be able to take the research findings from this project and say, do you know? And you know, knowledge is power. So we arm the young people, but also sometimes we work with the students who are potentially the racists, you know, that have been identified, and then they're given to us to work with. And we give them this history as well and say, actually, look, you can't, you know, what are you saying? It's not actually factual, you know, and we need people from around the world. You know, right now we need people from around the world, and that people from around the world have always been here with us. And actually, if you look at your own genealogy, your own DNA, it might be that you also might have some history that's from somewhere else.
I'm Hilda Callop, and I'm the project coordinator for Telling Our Stories, Finding Our Roots. I say we definitely achieved our aims and surpassed them. So originally we had to uncover, working with our dedicated volunteers and our project coordinators in each town, 8 stories, archive history stories, and 8 oral history recordings, and we've surpassed those in Honiton. And not only that, but we've also created an amazing exhibition that's showing right now in both towns. The exhibition launches have happened this week. I've been absolutely well attended, had an amazing response already. So Ilfracombe Museum is the venue for the Ilfracombe exhibition, so there are archive stories that have been recorded on displays in Ilfracombe Museum, which people can then go around and read and find out more about the history of the town that they might not already know about. Honiton, we've had an amazing turnout and a very snowy day. I think we've had about 60 people here who've come to the launch, and we've got live music, and we've got 16 stories which range from the Romans coming to Honiton, to the lace industry, to Basque refugee children, to Polish settlers during the war, to American GIs, and to Indian childminders. So we've got a huge range of stories that have been uncovered, and they're absolutely fascinating. So in Ilfracombe, the exhibition is running till the end of December, and it might even return in the spring next year. And in Honiton, our exhibition is running till the 21st of December, so do come and visit. And also you can find out more information and all the latest news on our website, which is tellingoursstoriesdevon.org.uk.